Cade Cunningham. Big time.
We're here in Stillwater, Oklahoma with projected #1 pick, Cade Cunningham. Cade, appreciate you taking the time, man.
No, I appreciate you coming to Stillwater.
Of course, yeah. It's been a minute. It's been 5 or 6 years. So,
For sure.
I guess, how would you describe, your first few months as a college player this season so far, and how would you kind of grade, how you played so far?
I mean, my grade, I'd probably give myself probably like a B+ or something. I think I could be better, pretty much a little bit better in each, aspect of the game. But, just the whole college experience has been fun, really. Going to each school. I wish all the fans could be in there, the student sections could all be in there. But, it's been fun learning from, the league. The whole league is tough, top to bottom. So it's been a learning experience for sure.
Yeah, I was at the TCU game, and I hadn't been in a gym with fans, right? And it seems like them with the overrated chants kind of sparked you a little bit.
For sure.
What was that like to kind of just be back in that environment? I know you guys have had fans here, but
yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's been a long time since I got to interact with the student body or anything. So yeah, like you said, it's something that sparked me. I think it just kind of brings my passion for the game out a little bit, and it's always fun whenever. I wish we could have pulled out the win, but it's always fun whenever you can bring your love out for the game.
Where do you see yourself, I guess, at the next level?
I love to have the ball in my hands and making plays. So, at the next level, that's what I aspire to do. That's what, when I come in day one, that's what I'm going to try to prove that I can do. But, yeah, like I said, I'm comfortable with any personnel around me. If there's a score around, I feel like I can make plays for others. And if there's scores out and I need to put the ball in the rim, I feel like I can do that. So definitely just like having the ball in my hands and making plays, for sure.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think your passing is probably your best skill, and we're going to see that even more at the next level. So we're going to start with that here, breaking down some of your film, go through some areas where you're really, really strong, and then ask you maybe some things that you're still working to improve. But, I think where you really come alive is in transition. Does it take like a concerted effort for you to do you have to remind yourself, let's go?
I know, Coach Boynton, he always tells us to play fast. So I have a bunch of athletes around me. And any time that, we can put pressure on the defense and, make them have to get back in a hurry and stop us there, we try to do that. So anytime I can push it ahead or try to, get us going, I try to do it.
Yeah, and you're unselfish, too, with these hit-aheads. You really spark fast breaks, and then it comes back to you, right? How much have you worked on your catch and shoot? Because I know, looking back in high school, that was maybe one of the questions is, whether or not you're going to be able to shoot it at that level. And, 36, 37% from three now, over 80 from the free throw line. How much have you worked on that, and where are you at right now as a shooter? I've
worked on it a ton. It's been something that not only just shooting a bunch of reps, but, really trying to focus in on my mechanics and, why I wasn't making shots at a consistent rate. And I think, ever since I started getting the ball up, raising my elbow a little bit, I still kind of shoot it flat every once in a while. But now that I've started to get the ball up and shoot it higher, I feel like, I've been way more consistent. And my confidence in my shots has went way up. So I feel like I can shoot in pretty much any situation now.
Yeah, and we'll see that as we go throughout this, off the dribble, creating space, mid-range, all that. And then you got the touch shots, too.
Right.
So this pass caught my eye. Threading the needle here. Take me through this one. Did you know this was the double bounce pass here?
Yeah, I thought he was going to run to the rim at first, and then he kept fading to the corner. So it was supposed to be a bounce pass for a layup, but I threw it hard, so I guess the second bounce kind of got him into that corner still. So it all worked out for sure.
Yeah, it definitely did. And just to have the confidence, to even try to thread the needle like this, at your age. I mean, you play a very mature style. That's the thing that always stood out to me was your poise. You're never rattled. And again, we'll talk about that in a bit. But where does that come from for you?
I think I've been lucky to have really good mentors and coaches throughout. And they've always told me, I'm bigger, I have a good handle on the ball. So, there's really no time where a smaller guard should be able to speed me up. If I put my body on them and stay calm, I think it's kind of deflating as a defender to see somebody that you're trying to pressure and they're not being rattled. So I try to just kind of keep that poise and not let any defense feel like they have me, under their influence and under pressure. So, yeah, a bunch of good coaches for me for sure.
Yeah, and you let the game come to you. And I said this to a scout recently. I think sometimes early on you're getting guys off because you're used to playing with other really good players, right? Like that
sure.
Montverde team is, I mean, almost an NBA team, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I know, every game defenses are going to be locked into me in their scouting report. So anytime, they sink in on me and I can get an open shot from my guys, I feel like getting them going early on will help us down the stretch.
Yeah, no question. And the scoring ability is there too. But just again, in transition, here's some of the football influence, right? There's the arm and just really like empowering your teammates to run the floor. Then it becomes that contagious style where the ball is moving. It seems like you guys have a really good camaraderie with this group.
Definitely. I know that was 1K. I know he's somebody, he played receiver or something in his day for sure. So I knew eventually he was going to turn his head around and be able to run under it. So, and like I said, we all like to play fast and run to the 3 line. So that's anytime we can get it done, we're going to do that.
Yeah, no question. And then here, we got some high school film in here as well. I know you played in a ton of big games. This pass really caught my eye. Do you remember this play or no?
Oh, this one I looked off to Caleb and hit Moses. Yeah, I remember this.
So at what point, because, all right, I'm not a projected number 1 pick, but if I'm you at this point, like I'm thinking, I'm just going to hit the wing, maybe it's a one more. Did you feel him leaning or why did you?
So in this situation, I try to think like the defender. So I know if I'm defending, I take away one pass to where I know where the next pass is going. So he tried to stay on Moses knowing that he had one closeout to make to Caleb. So I tried to, kind of feed into what he was thinking, fake to Caleb and hit Moses straight on his pass. So it worked out in this situation, but, I wouldn't always advise to make these plays. It was just kind of a situational thing.
No,
and I know Moses and Caleb, either one of them is going to knock it down for sure.
I mean, that's an incredible read and instinct, and then the look off, obviously, to kind of create that. And then just your ability to create off the dribble, too. Like a lot of guys need to put 2 hands on it, but I think because you can pass off the dribble like that, it really opens up, quite a bit for you and your teammates. Is that something you work on, or?
Definitely. We did, countless live pickup in the pass, drills in Montverde. My cousin Ashton's had me doing that since I was, 7th grade, so passing is really an art, and it's essential. Like, making a good pass to a shooter or anything is big for your team, and, it only helps everybody. So being good at it is going to make you a better player for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And here, just getting downhill, you're going to play off that hesitation, and you can just see how quickly you're able to get off of it, I think a lot of guys here would probably barrel into that help side defender, right, for a charge?
Right. And trying to get out of bounds and out of his way.
Yep, and then, play's not over. You're a threat in these areas. Like I said, you can play on the ball or off the ball, and then just stepping right into it. I loved this with the left. So they're in a what? This is a 1-3-1?
Yeah, 1-3-1, maybe a high 2-3.
Okay, and so what makes you make this read here, this decision?
Usually in high 2-3s or 1-3-1s, the wing guy, he's trying to take away the first pass and then bounce back to the corner. So, just looking them off, making them feel like, I'm feeding into what the defense wants. And then, that just makes my passing lane way more wide open. So, hit Keelan, he made a good finish.
And anytime, that's kind of the vulnerable spot in this type of zone, right? That short corner.
Right, definitely. That's usually where they break it down. Every zone is going to trap that spot because they know it's tough to guard in there. So, anytime you can get in there quickly before they can rotate, it's usually going to be good for the offense. Yeah,
that's a great read and even better delivery. And then, again, just flashing it back a little bit, a little slow-mo of the high school dime. So you've always had it.
I remember that one for sure.
Just threading the needle in the open court. Was it Caleb Houston?
Yeah, my boy C. Houston.
He's got a chance, huh?
Oh, my gosh. He's the real deal.
So you guys keep in touch? You keep in touch with all those guys and everything?
Man, I wish I could talk to him more. I talked to my coaches at Montverde a bunch,
yeah.
But I already know they're doing their thing over there. I don't really have to check in on them too much. I already know.
Yeah, and so many. I mean, you might have 3-4 guys drafted in the first round just from your team, right?
Really, and that was just last year's seniors. There's so many more. We had Derek, Caleb, all those guys that were still coming up. So, Coach Bull, he knows what he's doing for sure. He knows what he's doing.
No question. So we've seen kind of in the open court, scramble situations, your one-handed passing. In ball screens, I think you're really impressive too, and especially hitting the roll. I mean, you had a few, the last handful of games that really caught my eye, especially this one against Texas Tech. So as you're in this position here, right, what are you looking at? Like, what's going through your head as you're coming off? He's kind of up to touch.
Yeah, I'm looking at baseline guy, baseline defender. This guy that's on the left block.
Yep.
Really just trying to see if he's, really going to tag my roller or if he's just kind of stunting and really wants to get back out to the 3-line. This case, I knew he really had no chance to make a play on MA, so just made a bounce pass, and he had a good finish.
And then again, this one caught my eye too because this one took a little bit of trust. Again, they're up to touch, around the three-point line. What gives you the confidence at this point to know that, like, this isn't going to be like a legit full-body tag?
Yeah, I mean, I know it helps me because Isaac's a really good player, so a lot of defenses respect him, and they're going to close out to him. So I know it's going to be in the jam. In this case, Bron, he's way outside the lane. I know he's not going to be, any help for this role. And there's no way that he's going to leave this 3-ball wide open. So you kind of have to know he has to play his principles the right way, and eventually he's going to be open if you kind of wait it out long enough. So that case, he did a little check, not thinking that I was going to throw it, and then it was open. Yeah,
so you don't trust that he's going to full body commit to that, and then you see Bron, who's way away from the midline, hugged up in the corner, and then that's easy money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, the length, the ability to deliver it from all different angles, that's big time. So here's one from the other night, and I want to get your opinion on, why this one got junked up a little bit. What do you see here?
I think this is the one. I tried to get it back up into my left hand, and my left hand kind of got stuck with his hand, but that's probably one. I definitely just got to back that out, kick it back outside. It wasn't anything there. I just tried to force one.
And I think one thing that might help, too, is just, like, the setups with this. You know what I mean? Like, if you're able to get into Nembhard's body a little bit and then really he gets clipped, then you're for sure in a 2-on-1, right?
Definitely. I got to do better to get him off that screen for sure.
And he kind of gets through, and then that's just a tough spot to be in.
Probably could have hit the corner, too. Rondell was out there in that corner ball.
Let's see that. Yep. Yeah, for sure. So how much do you work on, like, setups and stuff like that? Do you look at that type of stuff? Because if you watch the best point guards in the NBA, right, Chris Paul, C.J. McCollum, Dame, like, they're almost playing in slow motion. Do you study that type of stuff?
Definitely. You have to. I mean, anytime you can do your work early and really, set your defender up, coming off the screen, the defense will make the play for you almost.
Right.
They have to. There's certain things they have to do. They have to check the roller. They have to, tag, slide up. So anytime you can set them up and make 2-on-1s and things like that, the play is already made for you.
All right, so the roll is kind of the initial read, right?
Definitely.
What are the next level reads usually, like when you're coming? If you're in kind of, they're guarding you with like a basic drop.
I mean, usually, if they check the roll, then, you have to check cross court, see if that's open. I think after that, you just finding shooters, If the roll is taken away, that means defenses are collapsing in on it, so somewhere there's a shooter open.
Yeah, and that's why I think you're going to be even more dynamic in the NBA. If you have a 7-foot lob catcher diving to the rim and you got 2-3 shooters around you,
definitely
pick your poison, right?
For sure.
But we've seen you make so many of these reads that you really don't see for guys your age. Being able to hit that weak side corner. Take me through this here. What goes into this one here against Kansas?
Yeah, so Abaji, you see he's way over on the opposite block almost.
Yep.
So, anytime – I mean, that's like a football pass. Just, trying to stay calm throughout the trap and continue to see what your team's doing. And, I saw Ice way over there wide open, so I feel like that was a simple play.
Yeah, great read. And, again, that's, 9 times out of 10 going to be a bucket, especially at the next level. And so I'm going to mix in a couple NBA guys, mostly one just because you don't really see a lot of guys your size. I know body types are different, but 6'8", 220 who can read the floor like you. Like Luka is really one of the only ones aside from, LeBron and guys like that. Have you studied him much?
I've probably seen these clips you're about to show me. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I watched a ton of Luka. Luka, Ben, all the guys that, kind of have same builds or same play styles. I try to watch all of them.
Yeah, and he's one of the best at this right here.
Yeah, he's.
I mean, do you think you'll get to a point, too, where – and you already have this, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, bam. What stands out about this?
That's one of the ones. He sees the man come all the way over. I think Willie Cauley-Stein slipped it.
Yep.
The help's still there. The defense has to respect that. And, it's a wide-open corner ball. So the way he was able to, rip that pass over there saved so much time for the offense to get that shot off.
Yeah, and I think you're going to have that in your game, too, because of your size, because of the pinpoint accuracy with which you throw the ball,
for sure.
And then having it with the left, too. Do you feel as comfortable with your left as your right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And that's just from the same long hours of work?
Yeah, I mean, I've worked on it a bunch. So I don't really think about it too much now. It's just if I see it and it comes out the left hand, it comes out the left.
Yep.
If it comes out the right,
just hooping.
Yeah, just trying to hoop.
So we've seen the playmaking, like I said, and I think you're going to be a guy who can make pretty much every read at the next level, whether that's in transition, pick and roll, even if they want to blitz you or put two on the ball, like you can see over the top with those soccer-style passes. You have all that. So then in pick and roll as a scorer, what's the key to kind of setting the table for being a good pick and roll scorer?
I mean, yeah, anytime somebody's acting like they're going to go over, we're shooting those. So.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a simple read, but just trying to find your spots, find the shots that you work on. Me and my brother, we work on a bunch of different spots around the court, so anytime I can make a move and get to one of those spots that I'm comfortable in, I'm going to make the shot.
Yeah, and you've been really good when teams have gone under and forced you to shoot the ball. And I would say, like, scoring in pick and roll is a simple game, right? If they go under, make them pay, then they're chasing over, then use your size and IQ and all that.
Right,
if you got the mid-range, great, and then play off of that, get downhill to the rim. And I think that's what you have here, okay? So we saw the pull-up three. Now they're chasing over, and then in that deep drop, you're just going to rise up, right?
Yeah.
You feel comfortable in these areas too?
Yeah. I mean, that was a pretty good contest, but anytime, like I said, anytime you can get to the spot that you shoot a bunch, those are comfortable shots I've already repped out.
Yeah, so and then I want to show you like the impact of that now, right? Okay, so you're going to come off here. He remembers that one, right? And then so you kind of play off of that hezzy and just toying with him. What do you see here?
Yeah, that's another one. Try to make him move his feet, and then, try to get to the other side, use the rim as a defender for me and keep him away from the ball.
Yeah, and at your size, with your handle, that's pretty tough to guard, in space, especially when you're shooting the ball well.
Yeah.
And then here against TCU again, going to come off here. Samuel on his heels. How do you kind of choose what you're going to go to here, right? Like, is it like, what do you see?
Yeah, so this was another one. I think, I wasn't really making shots early on, and I was just trying to get to I think I was just, stuck in my head about getting to the rim, getting the easy one. And, I think this one, I mean, it's a tough one over a big, so anytime I can get find a better look, maybe ice on the throwback, things like that. But, I was trying to get going. I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah, aggressive, downhill, trying to draw a foul. Can't knock you for that. And so we've seen the finesse and pick and roll, but I think your physicality is something that, I've tried to explain to people who haven't watched you in person, right? Is like, no, this kid is huge, you have great size. And I think, not to keep banging on the Luka drum, but I think that's something people missed a little bit with Luka. Like, we were thankful to be able to go over there and see him a lot in person, and then you realize, like, man, you think he's slow, but he's not slow for 6'8", 230. You know what I mean?
Right.
Do you think people like underestimate your size until they play you?
Yeah, definitely. I've heard a bunch. Whenever I get in the game or somebody standing by me, like, oh, he's bigger than we thought. So, I know how big I am. I try to use it to my advantage, and anytime, like you said, being physical, contact is something I can kind of make you go where I want you to go if I can stay in contact with you. So, I try to use it to my advantage and get to my spots using that.
Yeah, and so at the high school level, obviously really tough to guard. That's Jaden Springer on you?
Yeah, Springer.
And so you give him the little bump, the float game, and then you give him that. Too little?
Yeah, I rock with Springer too, but we always take those IMG games personal every time. So he knew it was bad blood for that one.
So you're just letting him know, hey, man,
Yeah, we came to play that game for sure.
Yeah, mouse in the house, and that's, Springer is not a small guy either. Like,
nah, he's the real deal. And he's
a
a solid defender. He's not giving up anything easy.
Yeah, so 6'4", 6'5", physical, but you're able to get to your spots at that level. And then even in college, Greg Brown has some size, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So you guys played AAU together?
Yeah.
And so was this a personal matchup here?
Definitely. And he got a dunk over me early in the game too, so second half I was hot. And
so this is kind of one of your go-tos, right? From the triple threat position? Take me through this move.
I kind of, Jimmy Butler does it a lot now. My brother told me about it a while ago, but yeah, it's something that it's easy to do, and there's a lot of counters out of the move. So if you don't respect it, I can give you something out of that and still get to my spots.
Yeah, and just to be a guy who can make all the passes that we just showed and then also operate in the mid-post and just body a guy like Greg Brown, I think that speaks to your size.
And one, too. I didn't get my foul.
So what are you saying at this point, and one?
Yeah, they take me up for this. 'Cause I told them and one.
You got a T for that.
Yeah, I got a tech for that. I said and one, no other words. They take me for
and
that.
a personal foul in college, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Well,
you remember that? Man, I was sick. I'm not gonna lie, I was sick.
You get 6 at the next level, so
Yeah, it's
you'll
all
be all right.
good. I ain't tripping.
Yeah, but no question, like, your size is going to be a major factor. And, okay, like, quicker guards, they might sit on it, right? What would you have done differently here?
I mean, I back it out. I had just took that charge on the other end, and they called this one.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
they called mine a block.
Right?
So I figured this wasn't going to be a call, but they called it on me. He's a smaller guard. You know, they're going to usually get at him. So just turning my butt and, you know, exploring the middle and everything like that.
Yeah, and because
trying to get it out of that.
At the next level, you might be guarded by Kawhi, Paul
Definitely.
George, you know, some of the best wing defenders in the NBA, right? So got to add a little bit more
sure.
creativity, which we're going to get into here, which I think you have. But again, like, size isn't always going to get you to that spot, right? Take me through this year against Arkansas.
I remember this. As soon as I shot it, I said too many dribbles in my head.
Yeah. So you got the alarm clock going off.
I think my problem, you know, I was trying to play too much in the mid-range. I should have utilized the three-point line a lot more to, you know, make them come out and guard. But at that point, playing that far inside, you know, it's either supposed to be to the rim or trying to find something else.
So if you're
It's too
playing
many
15 feet and in like that, you're much easier to guard.
Yeah, definitely. It's too hard to guard from there. You see there's so much help on both sides. There's just no space for that.
So what I think, like, the only thing people, because I've said this before, you have almost no holes in your game, right? And I think the only thing people would maybe question is, like, is he a run and jump athlete, you know? And
Right.
Can he go get a bucket? If he's our best player on a championship team, switch, you know, you're athletic big on an island, you versus Giannis, right? Late clock, 5 seconds, NBA Finals. Like, can he go create a shot?
Right.
How would you kind of answer that?
Yeah. I'm going to go create one. Like, I've played against plenty of NBA guys. I mean, you can ask those guys, I guess. You know, I'm comfortable with whoever I'm playing against. I'm going to be fine.
And then here against West Virginia, I think part of it, too, is, like, being more decisive with your move, right? Because you talked about too many dribbles before. Sometimes at your size, this is all it takes, you know?
Yeah, I think over-dribbling has probably been one of my bigger problems whenever it comes to ISO creation.
Yep.
Anytime that I can, you know, give them one move and get them on my hip, I'm comfortable. I need to just stick more to that.
Yeah, and in the NBA, you're going to have more space. It's really a length and skill game above all else, right? And you definitely have that. And then here against TCU, one of the little change of directions here, I like this. Take me through this.
I thought he was going to reach on it. I was going to do a cross. I thought he was going to reach, so I tried to put it between my legs real quick. And then, yeah, I got him on my side, and it's just another high finish.
Yeah, and you can see here, like, you see that top foot. You want to attack that top foot. Is that what you're looking at?
For sure. I already have him leaning one way, just change direction, and I'm bigger. So if I can get him on my side, I'm comfortable.
And that's a big-time finish, too. I mean, is that just Mikins at a young age? Like, what do you got?
Yeah, my brother, he has me doing those. I got to make 10 of those from both sides. Underhand, it's a whole drill setup we got going on. So I repped that out a bunch, and I was comfortable making it.
Yeah, and with your length, your touch, you know, that's big time. And just to kind of play off of what I was saying before, again, you guys have a different body type, but a lot of people question whether or not he could go get a bucket.
Right.
You know, he's not this run and jump type of athlete. He
Right.
looks slow on a EuroLeague floor. I don't think people realize, like, who he was playing against at that time. But I think so much of it is deception. You know,
Definitely.
like, would you agree with that?
Definitely. Like, I mean, speed, you know, athleticism is definitely a great, you know, quality to have. But, you know, Luka just knows how to play the game. Like, he knows how to get you leaning one way, give you a move, and get to his spots. And, you know, sometimes that's tougher to guard for somebody that's super athletic. You know, if there's somebody that's not really matching their athleticism but is using their body and things like that, it's tough to guard that type of stuff. And, you know, at one point I was known as only athlete, and now that, you know, I'm not dunking the ball as much, you know, I like the game I have now. So Luka's leading the way with that for sure.
All right, so kind of to end it here offensively, crunch time. That's we've seen the stats, you know, last however minutes, you're a killer in those moments. I think Ice today say during the scrimmage there was like minute 25 left. And he was like, what did he say? He said, it's go time,
last
right?
2 minutes, it's time to go, something like that.
Like this is your time.
Yeah,
you know?
he
So
already knows.
Your teammates are aware that, like, as it goes later into the game,
For sure.
it's Cade time?
I mean, they trust me. They trust
Yeah.
me. They know I want the ball in my hands, but they're confident in me taking the shot, and they want me to take the shot. So, you know, having teammates like that, it only gives you more confidence to knock it down whenever the time comes.
Yeah, I mean, you've had so many big moments already, and you don't often see, you know, freshmen your age come in and make multiple game-winning shots, go-ahead shots. So this is against Arkansas, your first game back, right?
Yeah.
Take me through this play and what you saw.
So yeah, you know, number one, he was really good eye-hand coordination from him. So I knew he was gonna, if I took another dribble, he was gonna try to dive into one. So, you know, just trying to think of like the defense, think of what they're trying to do, and you know, give them a slight step back. My right foot kind of slipped into the ground, so I couldn't really get too much space on it. But you know, getting your feet set and being calm in the shot and kind of slowing down and not, you know, letting your mind think too fast in those moments and just slow down and knock the shot down.
Yeah, so have you always been comfortable in these type of situations? Like, what is it about you to where you're able to step up and make these type of shots?
You know, it's crazy. My brother, he used to always tell me whenever he was already at Oklahoma State and I wasn't, you know, committed or anything, he would always say he didn't think I was good in the games. Like, he only thought I would play well to start the games off, which is crazy that that's the opposite of what's been going on since I got here. But, you know, he said every game in the Big 12 is going to be a lot of one-possession games to close the game out, things like that. So, you know, since then, I've kind of, you know, taken the challenge on, and anytime it's the end of the game, I try to, you know, slow down, be one with the game, and you know, just kind of be in the moment. And I think it's only helped me. You know, I get into my shots and slow down and really lock in on the rim, and I've been lucky to knock a couple down, I'm not going to lie.
And then here again, Wichita State, what's going through your head at this moment?
Try to get to it. Wichita State did a lot of over-helping. Like, they would help super early, so I kind of figured out you see how high this corner guy's creeping up already.
Yeah. I
kind of figured getting to the rim was going to be tough. If I try to get up a shot in there, it was going to be super duper contested. So I kind of played the three-line. Coach, I knew we wanted to get one up a little bit earlier just in case we could get a tip out or a rebound or something like that. But yeah, it was go time. I had to make a shot.
Yeah, big time shot, no question. On the road, very rare for you know, a player your age. I know you got a season to worry about, but do you feel like you're the best player in the draft?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I have a lot of things, a lot of tools that, you know, are hard to find. And, you know, I feel like I affect the game in so many different ways that, you know, it's going to be hard to find somebody else that, you know, is this versatile and can affect the game in this many ways. So, yeah, I feel like I'm the best player, but that's how I should feel, for sure. I know there's a lot of other big-time players, but I think I'm the one.
Well, Cade, it's been great to watch your development, man. We've seen you with Montverde, USA, Pangos All-American Camp, all over the place. And, you know, obviously you're playing the best basketball of your career, and the future is bright. So I appreciate you taking the time.
No, I appreciate you coming and having me. Appreciate you.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.